Hello witches, welcome to another little round of feature magic for the week ahead. I'm here to pull some cards too, but we'll see what else flies out, you never know. For this week ahead, for our truest and highest good, for our knowing, as always, take what feels connected for you, leave what does not. I have already opened the channel, called in all the guidance that we need through the cards, so I'm going to start shuffling and let's get into it. Hope you all are feeling, I feel like we're all having a full moon hangover for the week right now. This full moon in Aries was potent, super beautiful, like, wow, but also like, I don't know, I was pissed off at times. I'm an Aries moon, so that happens, but let's see. So, what's our message? Already shaken. Okay. Alright, let's see if these two. These are it, I think. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So, Five of Pentacles and then Page of Cups. Really hits, I think, to what I was just saying in terms of the full moon hangover in a way. You know, Five of Pentacles is kind of like, I feel like this depiction imagery can be a little intense too, but it's some struggle. It's some struggle within the physical material world, right? Like many people sometimes look at this card as like financial struggle, financial scarcity, you know, money trauma. I think also we can think of it in terms of like, right, on a larger scale here in the US, like the fact that the government's shut down and people's healthcare is going to exponentially go up. Like this is kind of like the state of things right now, right? And many people are struggling to pay their bills, stay in their housing, like so many things, like find a job, employment, all this stuff. So I think this can also, though, one thing I want to emphasize in here is that there is slow but steady movement, right? It's not stuck. So I think what can happen sometimes within the fives is that we can have two things happening. We can have this feeling of like boxed in, stuckness, like I'm never going to get out of this. I'm never going to escape this. And then also at the same time, the five could be, if we looked at it from like kind of a pivoted angle, could be, you know, it's a pause. It's a moment in time, and we will not be in the stagnancy forever, right? Like, I remember someone, I think it was maybe Jenny, like a long time ago, was talking about a card, like the fives, and was just kind of like, it's like, hold please. It is. It's like, hold on a second. But I think in this one too, this Five of Pentacles and what like is feeling, what it is that like, I know we have had a hard time. I have had a hard time, right? Like there has been, and you know, centuries, but I think right now a little bit like inflamed. Like everyone I talk to is like struggling financially in ways. Like this late stage capitalism is extremely challenging and difficult, and it's like, is there a path forward? Will we get out of this? You know, I don't know, but what it is feeling just right now in this is that there is a path that is open and going, and there is some relief and softness, and I think healing that's coming with this, right? So, you know, I try to think balance between like, yeah, the Five of Pentacles then leads to the Six of Pentacles, and we understand like how we can be in reciprocity with the physical around us, and also I think like with our resources, like how in a way can we build like economies of exchange and care, right? Because we can, I do believe, imagine possibilities outside of this late stage capitalism, and also possibilities and strategies to just try and survive within it, right? It's like both and. Like I want us to be hopeful of building a new world and system and all of that, and at the same time I want us to still be in the reality, like, you know, have the tools and the strategies to like be present in the reality of what is right now, you know, and like what is right now. Like I recently have worked with a few folks and we've done barter exchange, right? And I've done that in past too. Like years ago, like long time ago, when I was working in New York, in Brooklyn, with like friends and their businesses, and I had my own little like vegan baking business, like we were like creating this kind of like economy within ourselves of support, and we would barter and trade because like sometimes like, you know, like the person who is making something totally different, like vintage or whatever, right, is like totally stressed out, and like my friend had like a candle that was gonna like help her calm her nervous system and also like make the space smell beautiful for like the people to come in, and then the people would come in and get the candle, and like there was just like this mutual flow of exchange and web, like a web. And so I'm getting really heady right now, but it does feel like very much the message from this Five of Pentacles is just like, you know, lean into your support networks. I think be vulnerable, talk to people, ask for help. Like, even if it's just a vent of be like, I'm feeling like just like stuck right now and I need a hug, you know? And to know that like we can kind of shift maybe our mindset a little bit around it and maybe get a little strategic, and also know that like things are shifting. I think things are opening up, and that there is this beautiful Page of Cups that is here as just like this offering. It's like the hand that comes out and it's just like, here, what do you need? I'm here. I can help you. And that's the thing of like picking up the phone and calling the friend, like, you know, asking like, hey, like, I just like need help with groceries this week, you know, or like, can we not go out to dinner and instead can we cook together at one of our places because that's just what's in my budget? And that friend's like, yeah, of course. And then you have this delicious meal that fills you both up. That's the kind of energy I'm talking about here. Like this Page of Cups also is just like, it's a wash relief. It's a new mindset. So I think too, like if, you know, this feels relevant as well. And I feel like within myself too, of like, there's been past at times where we've maybe tried to do something and it didn't work the way we wanted it to. You know, maybe we tried a business and it just like did not work. Like, I don't know, it didn't like launch the way you wanted it to. It didn't generate the kind of revenue that you wanted it to. It like didn't grab the audience that you thought it was going to. Like, you know, this kind of feeling of like attempting at something and then it feeling kind of like stuck and not blooming or blossoming in the way that you had intended or thought. And that's the reality. Sometimes things just don't grow. You know, like it's a garden. Like sometimes you can plant something and do all the things that you think are right, and that plant is just not going to bloom, right? And so in this season right now of I think fall and change and Libra season too, of just like understanding like, okay, maybe it didn't work in that way, but there's another possibility out there and you can try again. And the Page of Cups is kind of that child's consciousness reminder of like the hug that you need to be like, babe, it's okay that you feel really tender about that. And also maybe we'll try something new, you know? Like maybe you try it this way, or maybe you just need a hug and to relax and kind of put your feet up and not think about that for a little bit, that project or whatever that is. Because as I'm talking about like kind of like financial and capitalism, all of that, I think these pentacles are very relatable to our projects and our creative work and, you know, our relationships within those different realms of things, right? It can also relate to like your home too, like of just something like maybe like you're moving out of a place, you know, or maybe like what you thought was a great like setup is not. Like, I don't know, I'm just thinking of a mix of things here, but maybe that's relevant, maybe not. But really, truly, it's kind of just like that feeling of like, I don't know, some doubt, some uncertainty, some tender sadness of a loss of not working or a moment of struggle. And the Page of Cups also here is to be really tender and loving and healing to yourself in a way for those feelings, like honoring that vulnerability, honoring the feelings of maybe something not working out, you know? Really, like I remember I've wanted to publish a book, I've wanted to write, I've wanted to do these things. I finally got like the guts to put a query into a book agent for a book proposal, and it was really like scary and vulnerable, and I tried it and did it, you know, and I didn't get it. And that's okay. And I was kind of sad about that. I cried. I've applied to grad school, didn't get in. and, you know, felt like, oh, that was the thing that was going to go and get it, and I didn't get it. And it can feel super tender and kind of like, what was all that work for? What was all that money for? All of that. And, you know, like in a way, it was a try at something. And I'm glad that I like at least listened to myself and attempted to do it. Like, didn't stay stagnant in the same thing, tried it, even though I didn't get it. And that's okay. And that Page of Cups is kind of that inner voice that you've always wanted to hear, of just be like, hey, babe, I got you. And it's okay. And it's okay to feel disappointed. And it's okay to feel scared. And it's okay to feel like all the like, also maybe nervousness of something new, of a change or doing it differently. All of those feelings are so valid. And I'm here to sit and witness and hold that with you and to help you replenish the cup internally so you can go pour it externally as well. That really is the message of this week. And so I would invite, you know, ways of soothing. I would invite in bodies of water. I would take a bath. I would, if you have a bath, I would put your feet soaking in. I would call an old friend. I would tap into some inner child's creative play this week as a way of just nourishing the nervous system. I would try to think about reframing the thought of like, I'm not good enough, or, well, I tried it and it didn't work, so why would I try it again? And reframe that as, well, I could do it differently. And each time is like a beautiful activation that you don't know, you know, and it's worth it, if that makes sense, to just explore and play with it. So that is the messages for this week after this big full moon, to honor kind of the tender parts where we're feeling stagnant, stuck, scarce, or not working, and to receive this Page of Cups and act in love, as Bell Hooks says, and nourish your cup to nourish other cups. And again, tap into kind of that playfulness and be open to help. Be open to receiving. Be open to sharing your tenderness with others, because as we continue to connect in those vulnerabilities, we grow together, and together more brave, more abundant, and more in collective care and alignment that I think we all need right now. So that's the message. I hope you feature magic in all the ways. I hope this feeds you in all the ways. Please share, like, do all the things with it as you feel called to, so others may receive this too. And I'll see you next week, witches. Take care. Bye, babes.